my first trip of 2026, I decided to visit Indonesia, a place that's familiar but also mysterious to me. I signed up for a semi-guided tour with Ninetyroad Travel. I can't wait to meet my new friends and start exploring Java together. We started our mini city tour at the house of Sempurna, and we tried kretek, an Indonesian classic cigarette, which is a blend of tobacco and cloves. Surprisingly, I just like the sweet taste of the kretek. Then we hopped on a Becaks and headed to Pasar Pabean. The moment we just stepped in, the air is thick with the scent of spices, cloves, cinnamon, peppercorns, shallots, and so many others I just couldn't name them. To wrap up the city tour, we made our way to Ample Mosque. Crossing into the Arab Quarter, the streets were lined with Islamic goods and endless jars of dates. And this was the first meal with my new friends. And I just love the food here. Everything was delicious. The next day, we hit the road for Mount Bromo. The drive was really long, but I actually enjoyed seeing the scenery change along the way. Then we settled into our hostel at the foot of the mountain and spent the afternoon just wandering around. That's where I found it. My favorite food of this trip, bakso. Beef meatballs, fried fritters, all in a hot, savory broth. Eating this in the chilly mountain air is just perfect.
真的。哎，你穿这样我不知道你是谁，你是哪位
？7点半出门，就希望等一下不要太赶，因为我们
这是我们的车车，是可爱的颜色。
2:30 in the morning, we climbed into the jeeps and crossed a sea of sand in the dark.
When I stayed home, I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got
See you later.
At least to stay alive. And the time
Around 1.5 hours. You know why we start early? Because the sometime the viewpoint before have a big traffic jam. That's why we have to start early to coming here. If not start early, we will stuck in the behind and cannot going here.
然后在这边喝咖啡、喝茶，我们等一下再去看日子。OK，
好。
录吗？它是没滑的，哎呀，应该是这样。
So you wanna teach me?
它有在动吗？它有在动吗？
有啊。
好，谢谢。
Yeah, when's the best bet for the kids?
会有声音，所以现在这个丢啊丢啊，
这就是为什么我把它开起来。
We were early for sunrise, so we huddled into a small tea house to wait. I thought I'd be bored or just exhausted. But honestly, sitting by the fire, sipping hot tea, zoning out with friends, it was such a moment of pure peace. I didn't even notice time passing.
when it all breaks down, I'll wait for you right here. And I swear that we got nothing to fear. It's a miracle that you and I are finally here. I saw you.
And then the sunrise, the most breathtaking view I've ever seen.
刚好在你们俩中间，太尴尬了。那边，过来。
With the sun up, we headed for the crater. Meet Maggie, my new friend who carried me across the sea of sand. The locals here are the Tenggerese people, the last Hindu community on Java.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
It's tradition to throw offerings into the crater. Flowers, food to pray for safety and harvest. It's their way of showing respect to the volcano.
换你们
拿钱，
发大财。
身体健康，新年快乐！
是，还有小瑞，还有弟弟，还有大正呢。
And that's a wrap on Bromo. Just us, the jeeps, and the smoking mountain. And then we headed to Kucur Village to get a taste of real local life. This is Lika, the head of the village sister and our host for the day. Sitting in the head of the village's home, we learned about the village's past. It hasn't always been easy here, but since taking office, the head of the village has poured his heart into two things: the economy and education. As a visitor passing through, all I can do is pray for their path remains steady and strong. Later, we split up to have dinner with different families. This is Mira, my host mom. Shy, full of smiles, and an incredible cook. The food looked simple, but the flavors were honestly amazing. Our night ended at the village square with a traditional spiritual dance. It's rooted in Javanese Animism. I was a stranger to all of this and had no idea what was going on at first. But after asking the locals and our guide, I started to piece it together. In Java, the tiger and the zebu are symbols of luck. The dance tells their story, though the details remain a mystery to me. Then the ritual began. Performers dressed as zebus circled the burning incense, inviting spirits to enter them. Once in a trance, they moved widely, guided only by the spirits. The villagers whistled to catch their attention, believing that if the zebu comes near, it brings luck and fortune. Our guide told us that this performance dates back to the Dutch colonial era. Originally adapted to entertain ruling officials, it has since evolved into a ceremony to welcome guests. At the very end, with more incense, the spirits were sent home, marking the end of an incredible and mysterious night. In the next part of my Indonesian adventure, I'll be spending a chill morning at the Malang Heritage Village, taking a scenic train ride to Yogyakarta, and finally unveiling the ancient mysteries of Borobudur and Prambanan.